Hello guys, well, I'm in London. I'm in the Travellodge now. I've started the blog once I've got to the Travellodge. I haven't started any time for one. I've been really busy with work, so I never really had time to start it beforehand, and I had to pack my case last night. But yeah, the room is a bit of a mess, but here's the room tour. And here's that, a view out the window. It was meant to be a train strike, so this time I've actually came on the bus. Silly, because the lights are best. And I've actually arrived at the hotel about an hour before I was even meant to arrive at London Victoria. You know, the traffic getting here was alright, at least. There wasn't really as many hold-ups, at least. And tell you something, it made a change coming on the bus to always normally coming on the train. Oh well, I'm actually off some food and some drinks now. I might find a pub that has the Tottenham-Liverpool game on. First stop of the pub, the Finsbury, just next to Finsbury Park, about 100 or so yards away from the hotel. It's the next morning now, and this time I've actually remembered my toothbrush and toothpaste, so that's about £5 saved. Well, the main story of last night was I went down 3 pubs. And it's on the morning now. I'm just having a walk along. Here is the New River, which basically is some sort of water feed into North London or something like that now. Here, past that is West Reservoir, which is a sailing club. I'm now at Clissold Park, which is like Hackney Way. Well, I've just been for a walk down Stoke Newington and a walk through the park. I'm now back preparing some rigs to go fishing on the canals this afternoon. I've actually bought my Nike puffer. I forgot to bring a woolly hat. I had a hoodie on, which are quite thick, and I was absolutely, it looked rather cold, and it probably looked the weather. I was walking through the park, I was absolutely sweating, and next thing I realised, it's about 14 degrees, no wonder, and it's raining, and haven't bought a baseball cap, so it might be a trip over Westfield Centre tonight. Well, I'm here I'm just going to see the there's the arch behind me. I'm here at Wembley, and this wasn't actually properly a plan, but I woke up today and decided I'd change a plan and do the tour of Wembley Stadium, and I've pretty much nearly done all the London stadium tours on my list after this one. Hope you can hear me alright, because the wind's probably blown onto the speaker. Well, I've checked in and just having a hang about for a tour actually starts. I'm glad to be getting this done, because my stadium tour list is getting longer and longer, and I still only normally do about one a year, but I'm actually on 2 for this year at least. Yeah, it feels weird actually walking around this place with hardly anyone about. It's normally every time I'm here there's getting on for 500,000 people about. As you've probably previously heard, the wind that day was an absolute nightmare for recording, so I've had poor voiceover. And here, for as little as I know about rugby, here is the rugby league statue. I was tempted to go and have a look at these flats, pretending I was going to rent one to be nosy, but I didn't bother. And if I realised that at the bottom, I actually would have went and had a look. The first thing you come to on the tour is the crossbar from the 1966 World Cup final, and it's an exhibition on the history of the stadium and the rebuild and events what have took place at the stadium over the years. And the tour doesn't require a load of walking downstairs, and all around the stairs there's even more pictures of stuff what have gone on at the stadium. And that's an event I've always thought about going to, the Capital Summertime Ball. Next you go into the press room, which you get explained about what goes on post-match, pre-match, what else it's been used for, but it's also a great place for some photo opportunities. Must have lost there. That doesn't look a very happy face, Michael.
You should not touch anything on the screen. You can sit down and take as many pictures.
Next you go into one of the dressing rooms, which is filled with shirts from teams and players which have played at Wembley. And there's the manager's office. It looks like he likes a Highland Spring, Gareth. Next they do the tunnel walkout, and I stand on the Barker Juniors side, as I wasn't going to stand on the Arsenal side.
Captains can just step forward a little bit, and can you just look each other deeply in the eyes as you stare at each other and start the mind games. This is where the game really starts. Get into your opposite captain's head and show them mentally why you're going to be the person lifting the trophy at the end of it all. Look at each other. Now, Arsenal captain Eddie over here looks like a man who is determined to lead his team to victory. So if I was a betting man, I would be placing my bet on Arsenal right now. But we are also in Wembley, which loves sportsmanship and respect. So if you like to shake each other's hands and say a good game. Everyone else, can you shake each other's hands and say a good game across from you as well? Now, before any given football game, you have to do a bit of a warm-up, and that's what I'm going to get you to do right now. So if you guys would like to do a little bit of a stretch, some star jumps, some running on the spot, if you want to show off, even do a push-up or two, but just get yourself warm as you make your way through the tunnel. So, warm up everybody. There we go, everyone is very much into it. Now, Arsenal are the away team today, so I will say this to you first. Arsenal, are you ready?
Yes.
I can't hear you. Arsenal, are you ready?
Yes.
It's a bit louder. Boca Juniors don't have much to beat. So, Boca Juniors, are you ready?
Yes!
I can't hear you. Boca Juniors, are you ready?
Yes!
So, Arsenal, Boca Juniors, make your way through the tunnel!
I've decided from this bit onwards I'm going to put some more clips of the tour on under music, and then leave it as because otherwise this video could go on for. Well, I finished the tour now. What could I say? It was good. It was quite interesting as well, I would say. The guide was a good laugh. I'd say it was, well, I wouldn't put it as one of the best stadium tours I've done, but I'd say if you're a fan of football, I'd definitely say it's worth it. And of course, it's another or if you've got a bucket list of tours to do, I'd definitely add it to your bucket list. Oh, well anyhow guys, it's now 8 months on since making this video. Oh well, please drop a like, subscribe, and I'll tell you a bit more. If I'm organised enough, I'll have another video to upload next week.